Hi everyone, great to be with you again, and we join into our next in the series of the resurrection tales. And we're now into Luke chapter 24. It's the wonderful tale, in fact, one of the great stories in world literature of the road to Emmaus, and all the better for being a true story. So I do recommend you look up Luke 24, verse 13 onwards, and just read the story again and again, because it's a great story. So here we are. Two disciples are walking from Jerusalem to Emmaus. We don't actually know where Emmaus is, but it's about 7 miles from Jerusalem, Luke tells us, and they're on their way there on the Sunday of the resurrection. Why they're walking, we don't know. Why they had to go, we don't know. But there they are, they're walking away. And their faces, Luke tells us, are downcast. And they say some of the most poignant words a human being can say. We had hoped. We had hoped he was the one who was going to redeem Israel. Hopes dashed. And I think we live in a time when hopes are dashed for so many of us. In Standen, the May Day celebrations are cancelled. For our youth, the Mexico trip has been postponed. The VE Day celebrations coming up have been severely curtailed. The venture camps for the children, the teenagers this summer is going to have to be virtual. No doubt many of us had planned holidays and they've been cancelled. And it gets more serious. Some of us have businesses, no doubt, that are struggling or are insecure in our wages. Even more serious, some of us have health conditions that can't be treated as well as we'd hoped. Our whole future, many of us will say, we had hoped. So what do? Well, we do something like those two disciples were doing. We talk, we have companionship. And as we don't meet as often together, we talk in small groups at home, maybe a husband and wife, maybe a small family, maybe on a telephone or by Zoom. We have a level of companionship which gives us some level of comfort. But it's not enough. It's not enough. They had hoped that Jesus was going to redeem Israel. This actually is a really big thing. It means all their hopes of national identity were going to be solved. He was the Messiah. He, they hoped, was going to chase away the Romans. He, they hoped, was going to purify the worship in the temple so that it was properly worshipped to God and not controlled by some politicos who had their own agenda. We had hoped. But then, as we read in the text, they have a strange rumour. The tomb is empty. There's no body. There's stories of angels. Our women amazed us, they say. They've met him alive. What is this all about? Well, they had the first glimmers of hope. There was a sense of maybe there's something more. Maybe something we don't understand. As we come to Jesus this day, we have many plans, we have many thoughts, and maybe many of them are dashed. And it's not perhaps what we wanted. But God knows better. They wanted Jesus to redeem Israel. Well, yes, he has, but not in the way they expected. It wasn't some great messianic fight, some battle and an overturn of the authorities. He redeemed Israel through love and death on the cross, and then resurrection. He redeemed Israel by widening it to include all who would follow him. He redeemed Israel in a way they couldn't possibly imagine during that walk. And so for us too, many of our hopes may be dashed, but God knows better, and there is resurrection. Let's pray. God, as our hopes are sometimes struggling, Help us to look to you and know that you have something perfect and wonderful for each one of us. Amen.